Playing against English opposition for Celtic is always a big thing. You know, it's a Battle of Britain type games. The game against Blackburn had obviously already happened. We put them out. Then it came to Liverpool. John, this is a game that I am assuming this is a goal that whenever you meet Celtic supporters, is this the one that's talked about the most often?
Yeah. I enjoyed that one. I don't know where that comes from, because most of my goals are in the 6-yard box or something, but I have to say it was a special night because it took us into the semi-final. Yeah. Once it went 2, there was no way back then. You know, I didn't feel for Liverpool. At 1-0, you know, you're always a bit wary that the referee may give him a decision, or, you know, Rab might make a mistake, maybe. And Liverpool would get back into it. But as I said, once we went 2, and I'd normally been brought off. That was the 78th minute. Martin had normally brought me off by then because I was knackered. But
I'm disappointed that you're not talking about my role in that goal, Jerry. Because, like, you know, when Stillian was talking about demands that we set on each other, 2 minutes earlier, John gave the ball away, and I said, "Oi, you get hold of that fucking ball." And he turned around to me, and it's the first time, and he went, "Shut up." 2 minutes later, I'll play it in, and he does a 1-2, sticks in the top corner, and he came running over to me and gave me a big hug. He went, "I needed that, Lenny. I needed it."
True, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely true.
That's the kind of team spirit we're talking about. Legend has it that your dressing room speech before that game was particularly important, was particularly effective. I don't know can anyone here remember what Martin said? I think I've asked you this before and you can't quite remember. Lenny, do you remember what was said beforehand?
No,
because it has gone down in history.
I know that it would have meant a lot to him because of his previous in England, and it meant a lot to me, John, Chris, Tomo, yeah. You know, because we'd played in England, and it was all, you know, every round in the competition, Jerry, right? We were the underdogs, and obviously this was like Scotland against, and you know, the superiority complex that all the press had about us going there, and I know that Martin would have had us, you know, really, really up for it. I can't remember the words because I was probably in the toilet at the time, like, you know. No, I'm joking, but he had us really primed for that game, and believing, and we did this without Sutty as well. Sutty got injured. I don't know if it was in a game or in training. So we were down a couple. Mo Silva played that night, you know, so you had to use the depth of the squad as well. And the big players turned up on the night. It was amazing. My abiding memory of, apart from John's iconic goal, was like our fans. I know we had the away end, but when Tomo scored the first goal, you're looking up under the cop, and like in all the sea of red, you can see pockets of green and white. And it amazed me how our Celtic fans got everywhere, honestly. I saw Angel Cabrera win the Masters and a Celtic shirt in the clubhouse. Like, the presidents don't get in there, but it was a guy in a Celtic shirt in the clubhouse, patting him on the back as he walked in. It was just unbelievable. So there were magic moments.
Martin, do you remember anything about what you said that night?
No, I don't. But I mean, no, I don't.
That's fine. Oh no, okay.
But I do remember I did that goal you saw Big John scoring was just absolutely fantastic goal, and I'm really appreciative of it. But I did a function with John about 2 years ago, and John must have thought I was at the game because the goal he was describing was no longer the goal that I'd seen. John took 15 minutes to describe the goal that took 4.5 seconds to put in the net. And the goal John described was one where Rab Douglas rolls it out to John in the edge of his own box, which John wouldn't recognise. And then he serenely moves into midfield, decides to, Michael Owen comes, he knocks Michael Owen out of the way, slides on into midfield, plays one back to Lenny, a little 1-2, and then thinks about playing it wide, decides not to, then moves again and then smashes this thing into the net. And the truth is this, that if John had done what he said he'd do, he would have taken a heart attack. John never covered that amount of ground in 4 years. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal. Brilliant.